Hello, West Stefford Esports fans. Today, I, Julian, captain of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate team, will be reviewing our latest match with Jackson High School. Unfortunately for us, we ended in a 0-3 loss, but I figured it'd be nice to review what happened, critique all of our play styles, and see what we can improve on, and what we did well. So this is our first match. This is me playing as King DDD versus Squid playing as Male Byleth. I play pretty aggressively, but I also enjoy trying to feel out my opponent. Gordos are very good tools for doing so. Looks like he whiffs seems to be a combo. I don't know too much about Byleth, but kind of winging it here. The beginning of this game was kind of just us trying to feel each other out, racking up a bit of damage. I just wanted to feel out his play style, and he plays kind of safe. He only really approaches when he feels confident in himself. No, it's kind of slow in the beginning, but neutral for both of these characters are kind of slow, trying to find an opening. Skip a little bit. Ooh, that's a little bit too far. So he whiffs the attempt to catch me in the air, and he eats heavy damage for that. Dash attack, not good for DDD. I don't know why I used it, but percentages are kind of high here. But both characters, both King DDD and Byleth, have easy kill moves. They can hit pretty hard. Good tilt by him. But good read by me. I do enjoy. My main flaw here is that I don't pressure him off stage too much. When I do, it's kind of just forces him back on the stage. But I think I can get better at attacking people. That would have been an easy move by him. That move is reversible. Almer. Heavy hitting, and that probably would have killed if he had turned it around. But I take the stock there. Wrong read by me. But he's still playing generally pretty safe despite having stock disadvantage. I would assume he would go aggressive. That's kind of what I was trying to do. I was trying to keep my distance, maintain the stock lead for as long as possible. He's also really predictable, at least in this game. He seems to roll a lot. And, arrows are good at poking, but I think he could use that a bit more. I think I could have probably survived that if I had maybe not jumped there. And, good damage on Byleth. That's a bread and butter combo for the sword fighter. He's also... While his air dodges and rolls are kind of predictable, his shield game is relatively really good, just general. Gordo barely dodges. But I don't know if he picks up on how predictable he is. And unfortunately, I scare him off the edge there. So I bait out that forward smash. I want to say that's forward smash. Good air dodge by him. That was a good one. King DDD is a character that is pretty easy to punish if you know when to. He can surprise you. So, but he's good. Unfortunately, I inhaled air. I probably could have gotten at least a neutral air. Maybe a fair off. Good scoop by me with the up air. This is a relatively close match. I play a bit safer than I would like, but in past games I've played aggressive and failed. Good edge guard by him though. He starts getting a bit more aggressive with it. Normally he wouldn't really pressure me off stage, but that one he figured he could, and he did. Ooh, I almost throw away that stock. I remember I popped off. I screamed at the top of the lungs for that one because I nearly threw away my lead or the win. Good read by me. It was a weird thing. Ooh, failed to predict his getup. He is good at mixing up his movement, I will say. At least in this last stock, he gets less predictable. Catches me with the up smash, and I bait him out. That's the one thing with DDD that I really like. It is easy to get your opponent to think you will do something. People don't normally count jumps, and there is the up tilt to finish off the game. A pretty good game, relatively close. I probably should have played a bit more aggressive once I had the lead, but I maintained my safety, which, you know, got me to win, but I think I would have felt a bit more confident in myself if I had gotten more aggressive with it. And I will close out this match. We will return with the second match. And we are back with the second match of Game 1. Both myself and the opponent stay as our mains. I felt pretty confident. I didn't think I needed to swap, and I think TDD was a good character of mine. I didn't really feel confident in any of his other matchups, which I didn't get to see. He only played Byleth with all games. But here, he gets a bit more aggressive. Before he was kind of just like feeling me out, but I think here he kind of got the information that he needed and started playing a bit more aggressive. And I tried to, you know, match him. You know, I get some cheeky hits in the beginning. He whiffs that down air. That is a bad one to whiff because Violet has a lot of end lag on that. I didn't think it would have as much as it does. Good. I want to say that's actually side special, which is weird. Most side specials are considered out of the weapons. But, you know, Byleth is a weird character in itself. Good tech chase by him. Smashville was a stage. I wasn't really, like, happy with the choice. That is small blast zone. But, you know, community is heavies like their survivability. So having a small stage like Smashville was not ideal. And it kind of helps with Byleth because, you know, with a pretty bad recovery, all things considered, up special is not a bad move on Byleth, but just as a recovery, it's not the best. And, you know, with a small stage that doesn't need to worry about being just shy of that ledge, you're almost always going to reach back on stage. Unless you know, are pressured off. And he does good pressure on me. I'm kind of frazzled at this point. He does good damage there, but, you know, up B has super armor. Don't need to worry too much. I need to get better at edge guarding. I think that I spoke a little bit too soon last time. I think my main thing is, you know, predictability as well. And he was ready for it. I kept, you know, jumping off of ledge, and he got aware of it. But, you know, I recognized it, and I tried to, you know, get better at it. And you'll see that throughout the game. I start mixing up my approaches. But misses the attack. That's a lower percent combo. Percentages inflict better knockback the higher. Well, I say better. It's probably higher, because most moves you would ideally want a higher knockback move, but some of them, if you're going for a combo, you want low knockback to be able to string those attacks together. Good catch by him, and I air dodged right into the forward smash. Very quick match, something I'm not really a fan of. I definitely got a bit cocky. I got a bit, like, safe with it, and I think I didn't expect too much from him, and I paid the price. So game 3, you'll see that I get a bit more aggressive. I sit up in my seat, so to speak. But you'll see that in the third match. And we are back for the third match of the game. Now, throughout that first match, I was impressed that he got me to my final stock, but I felt kind of confident. I think that was my main flaw in the second game. I got too confident, and I paid the price with a 3 stock. But here I get it more serious. I immediately pressure him. Good damage off. Gordo has not recovered yet. But yeah, this is a good by me. I'm stringing some good attacks up. Unfortunately, I neutral B there. And he goes for that combo a lot. It's kind of predictable. Ooh, good parry by him. Tries to predict the grab, and, he just does it a bit too early. But, up tilt, good at poking. Gordo's an easy move to, counter. But most people don't. It only takes 2% of damage. So most projectiles even. Which makes it, but, on DDD, really good projectile. Something that people don't really expect. He unfortunately trades with the Gordo and takes the damage, but Violet is very sneaky at racking up damage, has very powerful moves, but also good combos. But, this guy, through it all, I feel he plays too safe. Like, I play pretty aggressive in games, but, he kind of just sits there. And there are key opportunities that I notice, like where he just whiffs certain attacks just because he doesn't have, he doesn't think. And, good back air by him though. He can be patient when he needs to, but, sometimes patience, they say patience is a virtue, but, sometimes it's a vice, especially in this game. You want to constantly be adapting. Trying to stay in one pattern is never good. Goes for the spike there, which, wouldn't have killed, but could have set up for something bad. And just as quickly, he gets me up into orange percentages, 70s. Not a good percentage to be at, especially when I'm a stock down. But, most moves kill here. Like down tilt. Down tilt is one of my favorite moves on TV. It's very nice, and it feels nice just hitting it, because you wouldn't think it would. It's a goofy move as well. Just conceptually, he does a somersault to his opponent, and yeah, you wouldn't really expect it to be a good move, but it's good in my opinion. Not really too safe on shield, but I'm good at predicting people when they're out of shield, especially this guy. He usually goes for an attack here, but you'll see he was trying to poke me there, good edge guarding, and that takes the stock. But you'll notice throughout this game, I've recognized that I jump off of ledge a lot between those first 2 games, especially the second one. That's really all I would do, and now later on you'll notice that he starts predicting that, and the arrow's really good at following up here. Goes for the neutral air, and I do as well. He hits that combo. Very good combo. Ooh, Gordo almost hits there. But pokes there. Shield is small, and down tilt will hit it. Unfortunate shield break by him. And sure, I'm at 82, but with a heavyweight like DDD, that's really nothing. I have survived games at 2, and I'm sure he gets a little bit aggressive there. He's not happy that he lost his stock there. And I play into that. I start putting more pressure on him, forcing him to make more mistakes. Start getting him up to 29. And he predicts to jump there. Recover high there. The star collides with the up tilt. I expect him to hit the Gordo there. It's neutral, backs out the Gordo and also myself. 144. But here, I wasn't too worried. Stalling in the air, just trying to find an opening. Wanted to, keep calm, which I usually do. I don't usually get too good, flustered in games. I'm just trying to rack on damage. I don't want to, he tries to read the jump there, but I successfully bait him into doing that and gets it. The down smash dodge. He's trying to predict something, get up attack, and the arrow will kill. I popped off here. I was screaming. I ran across the room, lay down on the floor. The whole room was very intense here. We all expected some sort of pop off on me, and I expected it as well, but the arrow was able to come out. Looking back, it was kind of predictable. There's nothing I really could have done. Probably should have jumped off of edge, ironically. That my fatal flaw would have probably saved me there. But, you know, live and learn. But that was a good match by me, in my opinion. Definitely a loss that actually hit. Most matches, I recognize that I lose. And when I win, I'm humble about it. But that one, I had a pretty loud reaction. Fortunately, Aiden wasn't here. He's usually the guy who has good pop-offs, so I had to fill in his shoes. But we will see in the next recording, of course. We will see Keanu playing as Pikachu versus Yoshi. Welcome back. So unfortunately, a 2-1 loss by me gets Jackson High School up a game, and we will see Keanu having a sub in for Aiden, who was out sick. Keanu is normally our third, pulls his weight very well, but I'm sure going against their second while being ranked our third, it definitely got to him a little bit at the beginning, but you know, Keanu bounces back like he always does. He finds a way to just weasel his way through wins, and it's no different here. Yoshi is a very tricky character. I am one of the biggest Yoshi haters in probably the Smash community. You know, me being some senior in high school who has no sort of thing in like scene in competitive Smash, but Yoshi's just a character I do not like. It's one that plagues online. A lot of people just hit attacks that should not hit. Brain dead combos, some might say. Like right here, just two of them just spot dodging each other for a bit. Pikachu getting a bunch of percentage, not really good for Pikachu, especially a lighter character, and we'll see that Yoshi takes the stock there. Unfortunately, this clip will end prematurely, and I will have to re-record this next part. You'll just have to clip that out, Mr. Seeley. Just make it look nice. Alright. So, Yoshi has racked up a lot of damage on it. Keanu really good with that recovery. Yoshi was expecting it to overshoot. Keanu is very safe with it. He knows how to use it and reads the shield. Say, Yoshi does not have a lot of, you know, moves that can really mix up. He will use Nair, he will use forward smash, forward air. It's a simple character, which is kind of why I don't like him too much. There's not too much strategy that goes with Yoshi. But he takes a quick stock after dying there, and it's a relatively even game except for the stock lead that Yoshi has. Whiffs the read, in my opinion. A jab is a weird punish for a overextension of up special there. Shields it. That's what he should have done. He should have forward smashed Keanu. He had it relatively for free, but with that attack, you know, he had it. And an unfortunate fastfall takes a pretty early stock. He had good percentages there. You know, sure, he's back to zero, but it would have been an uphill battle for Keanu, and that just got a hell of a lot easier for him. But still, high percentages for Pikachu, never good. And the down B will take the stock very quick, like a quicker match than all of my matches, but that's nothing to complain about. That's not really Keanu's fault. It's just two light characters dishing out heavy damage and being able to kill each other, as opposed to Byleth and King Dedede, who go for hits, but they kind of string together attacks rather than combos like Pikachu and Yoshi do. And that is going to close us out of game 1. And we are back for game 2. So both Keanu and myself, he had asked me, and we both agreed that Banjo would probably be a better matchup for Yoshi. Banjo can take hits a bit better. He's more on the middleweight side. He has more extension power. Wonder Wing is also very good on shield. He can get by everybody's shield, and with this Yoshi, who does shield a lot, it would be useful, and you'll see that it becomes pretty useful. Reads the roll and gets good damage with the Wonder Wing. It's one thing Keanu's really good at. He is really good with the Wonder Wing. There will be moments where he whiffs 1 or 2, but that's natural for everybody. But generally, very good with the Wonder Wing, something that a lot of Banjo players aren't too good at. It's good at management, which is something that is a good skill to have, especially with a character like Banjo. So I commend Keanu for that. He also plays really nicely. He doesn't want to overextend too much and gets aggressive when he needs to. He doesn't want to risk it, especially at high percentages. That is one Wonder Wing that I would say is a bit of a whiff. He probably could have just clipped back on the stage there, but that's all right. Tries to read the roll get up. That's also one thing with Yoshi specifically, I'd say. You can't really poke him in shield. The shield just, unlike most, where there is an area where you will eventually hit him. With Yoshi, there's not really that much. So I recommended that he holds his rapid jab. And a weird death, at least in my opinion, I didn't think that would kill. But, oh well. But yeah, Keanu learns from it and hits him until he starts clipping out, which is good. But it's kind of hard with Yoshi. Yoshi's really good with the shield. This guy isn't really giving him too much credit, honestly. I think Yoshi has a pretty good shield game. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not a Yoshi fan or anything. But one thing Yoshi's really good at is air and shield. Collides there, both forward smashes. But just as quickly as Yoshi can get a bit of a combo, Keanu can get it right back. And now it's even percentages. Getting a little bit of a percentage lead. Extending that lead with a good Wonder Wing. Keanu is really good at poking. That is my favorite thing about how Keanu plays. Egg roll, one of the worst Yoshi moves. No Yoshi main will ever say confidently that they like the egg. It's just not a good move. It leaves you very vulnerable. And Keanu will get the stock there. Only at 100, not a terrible percentage, especially for Banjo, who has a little bit of longevity in life. But down B very powerful. And Keanu's just buying his time, looking for the right area to attack. And unfortunately, the Yoshi is able to punish the whiffed Wonder Wing. But, you know, I want to say that's Keanu's fault. It's just Yoshi being, you know, a cheeky bugger. You know, I gotta censor myself here. Yoshi is not one of my favorite characters here. Whiffs the down smash. Had the read though. Expected the roll into, but good air dodge by Keanu. Keanu is also really good with air dodges. He knows how to, you know, effectively use them, and very rarely will he get punished for it. Tries to read that. And, you know, good mix-up on Keanu. That's one thing I've seen throughout the season that Keanu is really good at, is mixing up before he would use the same few approaches. But right there, when he does his down throw, instead of doing the up smash, he runs away, expecting him to attack him there. And unfortunately, Wonder Wing gets caught on the edge of the stage. Forward air by Yoshi. Grabs him, back throw. And Yoshi's kind of just being careful. Right there, he throws up special egg lay. And that is one of the many reasons why egg roll is not a good move at all. The hitbox comes out relatively late. But it does not matter, as Yoshi will take the stock there. And clean 0-2 for West Efford. 0-2 for Keanu as well, with that said. But whatever. There's nothing to stress about. Not too much that I can say about Keanu's gameplay. No real critiques. He just, you know, had a few unfortunate misplays there. And, yeah, he just, you know, working on getting better in general. While I had areas that I need to improve on, Keanu's just, you know, noticing his faults and just getting overall better. But we will see Game 3 take place relatively soon. Alright, we are here for Game 3. Now, I mentioned in Keanu's match that our second player, Aiden, was out sick, so he unfortunately could not be here. But fortunately, our sub-in, Katie, was able to show up, and boy, did they bring the energy. I think a big thing we lack, at least here on our side, is energy. I kind of bring in much of that, but Katie was very energetic here, and that is something that was a nice change of pace with all of us. But you know, right now and the beginning of this match, they're both trying to feel each other out. Mewtwo getting good attacks in. Mewtwo's a character that I've been, you know, working on. I haven't really used him, but he is in my lineup. Fun character, in my opinion. Is an interesting Pokemon. Not many Pokemon are like him. I guess your closest thing would be Lucario, but good aerials with Mewtwo. And honestly, could not tell you what that exchange was, but it sure did bamboozle Mewtwo, which is what Katie does best. They're very good at just making the opponent question what they know. They'll do anything and everything, and I think that is a very nice change of pace. A lot of people try and fall into their habits, you know, but Katie has no habits, and that is a really nice thing. I wish I could play like that, just fully unpredictable. But I don't. We all were very confused with what Mewtwo was doing there, just trying to bait Katie, but they saw right through it and saw the pattern. You know, one thing I really like about Katie's Kirby is the rock. You know, not really predictable. If you play online, you'll see a lot of Kirbys will use the rock just whenever they can, and it's always punished, but Katie is really good at just making themselves unpredictable, especially with the rock, something that should be, on paper, easily punished if it misses, which it usually does. But, you know, Katie works to make up ground, trades the dash attack with the neutral B. Good damage by Katie. But we'll say this Mewtwo is a very good player. You know, I think he, like I said, tries to go into habits. He wants to get his flashy combo with the edge stalling. However, Katie has none of it for that match. And we will see Game 2 happen very shortly. Alright, we are in Game 2 of the set. We'll see Turtwend swap over to Greninja. The character is more aggressive than Mewtwo, definitely. And Katie will stay as their tried and true Kirby. But you will see the disparity between Mewtwo and Greninja. While Mewtwo does enjoy keeping distance, especially with the tail, Greninja is very aggressive. You'll see the jab block there. Jab blocking is where, when you are in hit stun, if you attack a person again, it will reset their hit stun. You can get some nice combos off, good damage. Counter, but doesn't really phase Kirby all that much because of the rock. Substitute is still there. Ninja is very agile is one thing that I can commend about this guy. He's very aggressive, but, you know, he tries to read, but, you know, KD is not like other players, and I mean that in the best way. They are so unpredictable, and I find myself getting surprised by their movement from time to time. Fortunately, that is something that I cannot be proud of. It's just standing there, but it's alright. Everybody has their moments of just processing, but Ninja is very aggressive, but I think he realizes that he can't really go for his old tricks with KD. He has to get creative, but there's not too much to be said here. Good platform by Kalos. Kalos is a very solid stage in my opinion. One of my favorite competitive stages. Not really the best for DDD, I'd say, just because, you know, I like shenanigans off ledge and being able to hit my opponent under the stage is good, but, you know, for most characters, it is a nice stage to have good platform placement that can help drag characters to the blast zone. Unfortunately, whiffs the forward tilt, but he is good at getting good damage in. You know, Kirby has very easy combos, and by easy I mean easy to predict. So KD having combos that they just make up on the spot is very good. Ninja almost falls there, kind of stalls at ledge there, but realizes that KD has no interest at playing at ledge. Counter stays out very long. I did not think it stayed out for that long, but I suppose that could be another benefit of Greninja. But they keeping their distance, not wanting to play aggressive at all, especially with this Greninja. Ninja is a character you kind of just want to either be as aggressive or just not at all aggressive. Pick at his mistakes, because a lot of these rushdown characters, their archetype is running in and getting in strings of attack. So if you just are patient and watch how they move and get a feel for how they like to attack, you can predict them. And KD does that very well, especially in this match. The first match is usually just trying to feel out your opponent, and I think KD did that very well. The Ninja is not trying to go for any flashy combos. They're just trying to survive, really. They're playing it really safe, which for a rushdown character, that is something you really want to do. You want them to be scared and back off sometimes. Fortunately, the up smash will connect, and the side special will close out that match. Again, very unfortunate loss on our end, but not much to be said. As a whole, it was a very close match in my opinion. I am bitter about myself. I could have definitely performed better, but my teammates, Keanu and KD, really stepped up here. And, you know, the 0-2 loss should not be indicative of how close those matches were. Just one mistake on our opponent's end could have led to a win by any of us. I think I could have clutched out if he just made one wrong move, whiffed one extra attack. I think if I had to critique KD, I'd say their biggest thing is playing too safe at times, putting more pressure on people, especially off ledge. Kirby is one of the best characters for aerial fighting, so if you put pressure, someone like Greninja, sure, Greninja has good recovery, but it's pretty predictable. It's like Pikachu's, but it doesn't do damage. So just putting more pressure on the opponent. Greninja just only pushes away, which Kirby doesn't really need to worry about. Kirby is one of the few characters with 5 jumps, like Puff, like King DDD, which I use the jumps very well. And KD uses their jumps very well, but I think just off stage being more aggressive. But, you know, simple mistakes were made, and nothing that we can really fault anybody for. Their mistakes are made, and as long as you recognize them, which, you know, everybody did. So, yeah, if I had to give final thoughts, I think Me, I gotta stay in the zone. You know, I saw myself falling into comfort. Keanu didn't really need any one area improved. I think just general improvement of all, which is not a bad thing at all. Keanu is very good as a player. Just, you know, constantly improving is something everybody strives for. And for Katie, they just need to get more aggressive, especially in the air and off stage. But, you know, that is everything that we all noticed. So I'm really just spatting nonsense for the three of us. But for all of you lovely viewers, thank you so much for listening to me ramble about one of my favorite games. It's one of my favorite things to do. And, you know, whether you understand any of the garble that I just spat out or you are completely clueless, I appreciate you sticking with me until the end. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I hope good things come to you. Peace out.